And aren't you? Don't you feel like you're online more often than before? Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times more often. Well, anyway, today I just want to share with you. My name is Willing, and I want to probably kind of lay the foundation, lay the grounds here. Is that I want to share with you some accurate information, such that a lot of you who are here to look at this opportunity and trying to make a decision. And considering certain factors, and when you come in here, you're looking at the information that we present, and what we're trying to do is to present to you the most accurate information that we know based on our experience and so far. It has really been a joy to do these past few weeks of interviews and answers from industry experts. In the past, we have stockbrokers, we have people who've been in this industry for 30 over years. And then we have a businessman today, and then followed by a few more in the coming weeks. So if you're interested to know more, do talk to your friend and make sure you join us on the next exciting episode, right? So today, let's see. Today I want to share with you a little bit of story. This is a picture of me and my wife. We were privileged enough. We went on a couple of safaris. This was in South Africa, and we saw an elephant. So I guess today's story is about elephants, okay? Elephants. And so there was a guy who went to a circus. And when he went into the circus, he saw, of course, so many animals, right? And he was very, very surprised. How come this big elephant, majestic, powerful, and strong elephant, is not running around, but is just there? It is not caged. And the only thing that's holding the elephant to where it's standing, it's a thin rope. So he's thinking, this elephant is so strong, right? And he can break the rope so easily, but it doesn't. It just stays there. So he's like thinking, and then he's saying, and he sees the caretaker and says, "Hey, caretaker, tell me something. What's the deal with this elephant? How come you trained him to stay there?" And then the caretaker says, "Okay, I'll tell you a little secret." And he says that the secret is that when they used the same rope when the baby was young, all right? When the elephant was young, not the baby was young, when the elephant was young. So the elephant when they grow up, they get used to this rope, right? They get used to the rope. And they think that it's the same rope, and they never fight back ever again. So they just stay there. All right. So when I heard this story, I said, "Wow, that's really partly inspiring, partly a bit sad in the sense that the elephant, because of how he was taught when he was young, when he grows up, thinking of the same things, and that kind of reflects me a bit about my journey and the things that stop me myself. We're all like the elephant. We're all majestic. We're all strong. We're all powerful. Yet sometimes we find a rope tied to our legs. Don't you think so? It may not necessarily be this business. It could be many things that you want to do. Like you want to go and say hi to the girl, or you want to go and lose weight, or you want to do a project. And at certain times, there's certain beliefs that kind of tie us back to not doing what we're supposed to do. And the question I pose today is, are you still held back by any old beliefs? Because like me, many, many years ago, I had the same beliefs. Too young, too old, not for me, maybe, all these doubts and concerns and questions. I hope that today, when you come in here and we listen to our guest speaker today, followed by how to really get started, kind of opens up your mind, and what we share here today can help you kind of let you see your future a little bit and say, hey, you know what? After today, I can see my future clearer. I can see what I want to do, how I can do it, and how I can achieve it. And that is all that we wish for everybody today. So let me share with you a bit about how I kind of got started. Now, when I got started, like most people, we all have this dream, right? This dream is to, it's quite standard. It's study hard, work hard, have a family, and then maybe retire at 60. Change a couple of jobs along the way, demand for a higher pay maybe, and then that's about it. I think 90% of the population basically is this formula. And I think if I didn't do Nu Skin or this business, I probably would be just following this thing. And really, I did. I just followed this formula until I came to a presentation. And what inspired me, what enlightened me into this business was that that's it. And it wasn't what I thought it was, you know. And but along this presentation and today's sharer today, I think it will be so insightful. But just keep an open mind and understand this opportunity and what it means. I think that you will definitely be very, very surprised. So again, Casey and I were both engineers, right? So, you know, can you imagine an engineer, a mechanical engineer? My wife is a chemical engineer. I started when I was 32. We were both working in Motorola, and this is exactly what we did. We designed batteries. Casey was qualifying the cells in Korea and Japan. I was, you know, designing these things. So it's kind of near to impossible to think that both of us would both jump into this network marketing or direct selling business. But that was it. So, and the reason I share this with you is really to share with you is, you know, Casey and I come from no background in sales, no background in business, no background in network marketing, absolutely. So when we were introduced this business, and our perception was that, oh my God, you know, people will say no to us. And then we had to sell skincare. Can you imagine a mechanical engineer selling skincare? And then we had to recruit people, and then we had to have meetings. And we had enough meetings in Motorola, more meetings. So totally at that point in time, without knowing why this business exists, you know, to us, this is what we saw. And we said, no, we're totally not interested in this. We make enough money already. In fact, we do. And combined income-wise, we made quite a very comfortable income. So a lot of, to kind of imagine, you know, having that professional career and then selling skincare is like, no, definitely not, right? But I think that just like how, you know, the elephant had that rope tied to his leg, we had those ropes tied to us as well. And those were some of the beliefs that we had. But I think what was more important than the beliefs was some of the things that we felt that we wanted in our life. I think, although we don't complain that, oh, we have enough money, but I don't think we would ever complain that we can have some more, isn't it? I think a lot of times if we can have a little bit more so that we can have more time, that would be really something I would want. One of my goals when I first started was really very simple. Get Casey to be a full-time mother, because we wanted her to spend more time with the kid and more time with the family as well. So not just more money, but more time, because, you know, we probably will never die of hunger, but I think we will start to realize that we will have less and less time. You know, our lives become too hectic. You know, and time becomes so precious, especially when you get older, and especially when your parents are aging. And I started to realize that when I was 32, my father was 70, and I was thinking, you know, when will I have time to spend with him taking places? Do I wait until I retire? I think probably not. I think that won't happen. So more time. And I think a lot of us, you know, we were born just like the little baby elephant, to think that we were born to work. Go to school, go to work. And that's the concept, that we never thought that, and you mean there's another way? You mean there's an alternate way, and there's another universe? Just like the fish in a fish bowl. If you know, the fish in the fish bowl has no idea that there is a thing called air, isn't it, right? But when you take the fish out, it's like, oh my God, there's air. So it's true. So this opportunity showed us another perspective, that you could achieve freedom. And freedom, although elusive in this business, you can create that from building this business. And I hope that you can see this as you explore this opportunity further. Sometimes you can work as hard as you can, you know, oh, I work, but sometimes it is not your fault when there's a crisis, when it's not your fault when, you know, countries fight and causing collapse of economies and all that. And that's not your fault when suddenly economies result in a loss of job. And that is the crisis as well. So sometimes, no matter how hard we work, we can't control all those aspects. And I think, you know, we're all here today because of this COVID-19 crisis. And I think some may call it a crisis. I think animals will call it, thank goodness, you know. Tree will say, yes, fresh air. a reset button, but I think to all of us, it has caused some inconvenience and has caused us to kind of, look back and say, hey, what's important, and look back and say, what can I do? How can I weather this storm? How can I weather not just this crisis, but the crisis in the future? I think a lot of people are questioning this. I think, after 2-3 weeks of this MRO, I think a lot of you are looking at, hey, what can I do? It's not maybe a job. It could be a plan B. And I hope today will give you kind of a perspective on what a plan B could be. And this COVID, like I said, has caused a worldwide collapse. Oil prices, travel, everything has affected our job, and unemployment is crazy. And I'm here to sell you a sad story. I'm just saying and we have to be kind of grounded and accept that's what's happening right now. And the question is, it's not going to stay like this. It soon shall pass. Okay, there will be a silver lining to all of this. The question is, what can we do in this MRO to get ourselves prepared for what's next? I think that will be the most exciting thing, right? So I think a lot of you here today is looking at, hey, yes, crisis, but you know what? I'm going to say, put down my beliefs. I'm going to say, cut that rope off and say, what can I learn and what can I do and make this into an opportunity? Today, I'm very, very privileged to be able to invite one of my mentors today. And he's none other than $1 million COE and Presidential Director Eddie Poon. I met him 18 years ago. Looking at me as a mechanical engineer, I've rejected this business from whoever, anyone. Nobody was able to talk to me ever. All right, and but I was invited to a presentation, not because I wanted to go, because I had to go, because my wife said we got to go and give face, because my sister-in-law would be sharing. I said, oh, okay, gotta go. And I was wearing my t-shirt, I was wearing my shorts, and I was wearing my slippers, where everybody was wearing shirt and tie, and they were looking all so smart. I'm saying, I'm not gonna be tricked by these guys, and I went there trying to find all fault, and I couldn't find it. And that day, the speaker was none other than today's guest speaker today, and it was Eddie. And I really admire Eddie. He has a beautiful family. I can, sometimes you judge a person not by what he does, but how he lives, isn't it? How he lives and how he is with his family, how he is with his kids. And that is sometimes the greatest way to kind of measure a character of a person. And throughout this business, it has provided him choices in life that is just extraordinary. To be able to travel with the family, to see the world, to do different things together. I think it's just an inspiring lifestyle that he has. Not only does he do that, but he has a heart and mission to help the next generation, to guide young entrepreneurs to be leaders. And I think that is one of the things that I'm most inspired by, to teach young people how to build a business from his own experience. I mean, he could be a very successful businessman and have his own little business running, but can he help other people? Maybe he can help create competitors, which he has. But the thing is, this business allows him to help others. And I've had the privilege to travel with him into many places around the world. And this was a recent one where we went to Monaco together with his family, and really enjoyed Monaco, which was one of our Team Elite trips. He has, a capacity to help others, and to support together with Margaret. They're just amazing mentors. And not only have they become $1 million Circle members, they have also created $1 million Circle members themselves. Together, me and my sister have become $1 million Circle members under his organization and his guidance. So today we're very, very privileged to invite Eddie to join. So I'm going to, give me a second here. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you like, sorry. Okay. All right. So Eddie, are you on?
Yep, I'm on.
Okay.
Hey.
So all right, say hi to the people. Say hi to the team.
Hello, hi everyone. Wow, it's quite a lot of people in this site. I'm glad to meet up with you. Are you enjoying your MCO, Willie?
All right. Well, thank you so much, Eddie, for coming on today. We are very, very privileged and good to see you again, looking so young. So I think let's get started and kind of ask you some questions. Let me kind of get the questions here. So I think one of the easiest question really is, how did you get in? And from a businessman, a busy businessman running a business for the past 16 years, how do you come into this business? What happened?
Oh, basically, of course, there's nothing surprising for me is because for many years, actually, after building the business for the past 18 years, actually, I'm looking around. I'm actually, people might not realize if they look at me, they thought I'm a traditional businessman. I probably am not interested in all this kind of network marketing and all that. But many people do come and talk to me, and I never show any interest. But maybe because I have not found anything that suits me or attracted me. So basically, the reason I was looking is because, to be frank, actually, I'm tired of what I've been doing. All right. And I enjoy my business, that's for sure. But the problem is, traditional business is something that you cannot just never get out of it if you want to be in the game. It's every day, it's facing the same old issue. Initially, when we do the business, of course, we always want to be successful. Okay, you thought you'll have financial stability and have a better quality of life. But when you are in the game, after you achieve those things, you realize that even though you think you have made some money out of it, you might not have a really peace of mind to really live the life that you feel you want to live. I mean, that's for me. So I was very stressful after many years, and I want to find something, actually, I hope that can build a business where eventually can also free myself, So when, by accident, of course, one of our family friends, my wife friends, they came to share with us about the business, talk to us about the products, and as usual, we are always very supportive to all our friends, we always listen, and we find that if there's something good, we don't mind to buy the product and use it, which I have bought quite a lot of MLM products in my time, those days, right? So, but what attracted me was when they showed me the plan, Maybe it's a timing, because when they showed me the plan, when I saw the 5%, 6th generation, that's how I was surprised and shocked that, wow, this might be at that time, I had not done MLM in my life, but I tell myself, oh, this might be an opportunity for me to free myself. That's how I get a look at it. So after listening to all their pitch, as usual, MLM, when you are a traditional business, you don't really accept or take everything they say, right? You think your experience and all that. So after listening, what I did was, when I was really serious about it, I make a trip to US to have a look at the company, the corporate office, because I want to know whether it is real, But I was blown away when I was there, and what I fall in love more, not just about talking about making the money thing, but it's the culture that attracted me. So that's how it got started. That's why I told my wife then, when I say, I don't know whether I will be successful or not, because I've now done MLM, but the most important thing is, if we fail, there's a possibility we fail, right? And it's not because of the company's fault. That's very important, right? It's a solid company with the right culture. That's how we started. And the rest is history after so many years.
Wow. I mean, it is it is rare that somebody, would go and, when you don't have no result at all, you would take a trip to US and go and visit the company and take a look at it. And I think
it's true, but I always say it's partly because thank God, it's in US. I always talk about it. It's not in Timbuktu. I might not go. But because in US, I told my wife, if it's not true, at least it's a holiday trip, right? It's not too bad, right? That's how I did it.
Well, I think thank you for going, because you went to audit the company, come back and tell me it's true. So
yes,
every bit of it is true.
Right.
And so, Eddie, you've been doing business all your life. You kind of started small. You kind of, worked your way up, created your businesses, and a couple of them, by the way. So what is the key differences between a traditional business, which you are an expert in, and versus network marketing business? Okay. So what's the key differences?
Of course, for me, of course, I mean, in general, most people know the obvious one is always a low cost entry, right? But what I look at is maybe people might not see in that way. As for my personal experience in business, network marketing, I will look at it. It has a shorter time to see your positive cash flow compared to the traditional business, right? Why is it so? It's because, basically because we have very low overheads. In traditional business, as you know, even though you think you make profit when you start a business, first you have to finance your operation and your structure. Eventually, how much comes to you is another question. So generally for network marketing, because our cost is basically our personal cost. So that's one thing, number one, I find that is faster to see positive cash flow. I mean, why I'm talking about cash, because we are doing business here, we are not falling in love, right? So business is all about margin, about success, about money, right? Number two, basically, I find it's easier, a shorter time to establish the branding. Because look at around most businesses, traditional business, small businesses, it takes 10, 20 years or maybe some even 30 years to establish their branding, right? But as we partner with Nu Skin is already a 30 over years company, a global company with a solid brand, right? And for us to start with a company like that is already, I will look at it, is easier and the branding will be definitely better, right? And number three, I'll look at it, it's more productive when we do Nu Skin. Why? Because compared to a traditional business, we can focus on what we call, basically revenue generated activities more. Compared to a traditional business, when you start small, everything is on us. Whether it's logistics, whether it's stocks, whether it's looking for the right branding, the right products, and then talking about also stocks and also staff, inventory. There's so many things. On top of that, sales and marketing, right? That's the criteria. Nu Skin basically does all this for us. All we do is focus on the right revenue generated. This is sales and marketing and building networks. So I find that it's so much more easier and faster in that sense, right? And of course, personal experience is long term, I have less competitors, because my previous days, I have trained and worked with, I have managers, sales people, technical managers, sales managers, general. Eventually, they come up to be your competitors. I mean, we don't blame them because everybody needs to grow and become somebody. They have their ambition. But thank God, Nu Skin is the network marketing company. I only worry if they are not successful. Every day, we hope that our business partner will be very successful, and the best is be more successful than us. Just like, Willing, you're so successful today. I'm so happy and glad about it, right? You're one of the, I tell you, it's an angel. It's a gift. When you want to find a business partner, look for Willing Tan kind of character. Both party, Casey, Willing, you guys are really hungry, very coachable. And the best part is the nice people. I still remember those days. So it's a blessing.
Thank you, Eddie. Those were really good points that Eddie brought up. And sometimes and I seldom even think about that revenue generating and revenue and non-revenue generating activities. And that's key thing. And that Nu Skin focus on revenue generating activities. Eddie, we're currently in this kind of situation. Okay, this thing called COVID-19. And this is it's kind of affecting us. So, is this current economic situation, is it actually a blessing when it comes to partnering a Nu Skin to grow a network marketing business?
Oh, of course. Frankly speaking, of course, COVID-19 is something. Whatever happened, we don't want this thing to happen. Of course, many people suffer. Whether it's health, life, or businesses, but in other aspect of it, personally, my opinion, I look at it, it's really a great blessing in disguise for us in Nu Skin. Why? Because I look at it, number one, in terms of the industry itself, network marketing, for sure, traditionally, history we have shown, during crisis or recession, normally we thrive in our industry. Okay? People will look for opportunity or additional income or supplement their income, or they look for they have no choice and lose their job and all that. But New Skin is a bit, we have another edge over this, is because, you know, basically when this thing happened, I look at it is like, you know, we always share with our friends talking about New Skin is a 5A1 company, you know, solid, rock solid. Now, this is the best test to example to see what is actually a 5A1, a solid-based company. Because during this crisis now, many companies actually, after this crisis, we all know, sadly, will disappear. Or even if they're around, they will have lots of damage or financial damage, I put it, right? So they will definitely try their best to just to survive, you know, or they have to find ways to cut costs due to circumstances like that. But because New Skin, financially, we are rock solid, right? Meaning we have a lot of cash to continue to run our operation, okay? Now that will not affect, number one, our day-to-day operation. Number two, but because we are solid in a lot of cash and minimum debt, right? Basically, we can continue to innovate and do what our project is to continue to grow our business. Now, I mean, in crisis like this, most company is scrambling to find a way to survive, to cut costs to balance. When you find a company like New Skin, with this crisis, they are investing more. What they're investing in for people like us in the industry. Example, recently, I mean, they continue to invest in the digital technological business where they probably but work together with Amazon, Alibaba, you know, they try to mine the database of the purchases characteristic of buying, correct? So that what a company can do, even investing in AI, right, to encourage to educate the customers to buy from people like us, and also strengthening our infrastructure on terms of online, right, and digital businesses. So the way I look at it, I think there's not many company at this time is doing this, and we have the edge. So this, to me, is the best of time, right? That's how I look at it.
Absolutely. Very well analyzed, and the company definitely is investing into AI and working with like Alibaba and these companies, tech companies as well. Eddie, you know what inspires me a lot about your organization and your team is you have one of the largest teams consisting of many young millennials, you know, and maybe I'm a young millennial too, huh? And what advice do you have to give young people who are entrepreneurs who are currently exploring this business? What advice can you give them?
Well, basically, I think it's pretty common. Most of the young people who today, those are inspired entrepreneurs, you know, want to be successful in the business world. The biggest challenge for the young people, mostly the young people today, I mean, commonly is, first is the capital, financial. Raise capital rather. Number two is the experience, right? Like I mentioned before, the advantage of our New Skin is basically we are a low entry business. In other words, we don't need a lot of capital to really invest in New Skin business. Number two is experience. The beautiful part of business is, like I said, when your business partner come to you and partner with you guys, we already have a system in place for them, right? We already have a system to support them, to train them, right? Where they don't have to go through trial and error through the experience like our previous traditional business is what I did. We spend longer time to get it right. And also sometimes it costs a lot of money, investment, headaches and all that to get through it. So they have experienced mentor, experienced leaders, uplines, and a system in the team to really support them. Okay, so the chances for them to succeed in the business, if they're hungry enough, if they're coachable enough, like you, of course, then they will be successful. Easier for them to achieve their goal, right? And number two, I look at it is whatever you're going to do, today our business, we cannot just depend on just one small little market. Any businesses will be very competitive. So the beautiful part about New Skin is a global company. It have a global market, and going through today's social media, online business, right? It's so much big. The opportunity is huge for us to tackle a bigger, huge market instead of just 30 million. We probably have billions of population out there for us to tap. But the best part about New Skin is, other than building global, they have support structure to support us and our business partner and customer in the local market. Because we have 50 markets out there, they have inventory support, the warehousing, the management, the accounts manager to handle a business partner locally. How many businesses they do can have this opportunity, right? And it's a scalable business. When it can scale, that's how we can go global, right? And this business with capital is one issue. When you have less capital investment, we don't have to worry about capital. We can expand without that worries, right? And can create an asset and really achieve that kind of financial stability. So lastly, I think the young millennials, I've looked at it is, maybe it's different from my generation, right? But this business is very suitable because it's a lifestyle business today, right? Business of lifestyle means it can suit every individual that, whether their time flexibility or their environment they like to work in, the place, the people they want to deal with, is your choice, right? So I look at it, it's one of the best platform that they can actually leverage on if they have the dream to grow big and go global. That's how I look at it.
So I think the key thing I see is that everything is established on. There's a system in place to go global. And the advice really is you must have a dream, and you must be hungry enough, coachable enough to want to ride this platform, right?
Yes.
I think you are one of the very few leaders. Not very few. There are many of them, but one that's close. That your entire family is in New Skin business, and you and your beautiful three daughters are all in the business together. So how do you feel about that? And because a lot of people find that really is it's a family business. How do you feel about that? This kind of arrangement that you have here.
Okay. Basically, of course, all these are not planned or on purpose, right? Because when they grow up, of course, they always have their own dreams and their own goals and their own direction. We won't know what our children will want to do, right? But maybe for me, maybe I'm blessed and thank God that it happens to me in that sense. But why I look at it is like, New Skin is a platform to me. Basically, Platform is a platform of a great life skill training. That's how I look at it. Meaning to say that, let's say, if there's any inspiring entrepreneur, young people who want to start this business, young or old for that matter, the nature of our business, when we build our business, if we have to develop us to have a human communication skill, right? And business-wise, you need to have selling skills. You have marketing skills. You have to know how to handle objections, correct? And you must also be able to present your vision, your ideas, and you have to how to learn to become a good leader, right? An inspiring leader like you, a motivational leader, right? Or you build leaders from leaders, and you are able to transform people's life. I don't know. Ask me, who don't want their children to be in this type of experience to go through, right? And it's a global business in the sense of exposure. He really expand our mind of looking at things differently, especially we are fortunate to work, partner with New Skin. We are dealing with so many different people from different countries, different culture. These are the skill, right? That many jobs or certain local business, it can't even give us. I mean, I'm in the business, I'm in the sales and marketing to be traditional business, probably, coming to 20, 30 years of my career, but I never get to experience what I experienced in New Skin, right? So because of this, I believe we can learn to grow to become a better person, a friend, a son, right? Or a husband or wife, right? Or, basically a leader. Naturally, we become more happier. We see things better. So it's not just about money, right? Sometimes you have to look at life is basically it's more about more than freedom we are talking about. I mean, sadly that today I look at it, I mean, I won't say right or wrong, but there are many times people are focused too much about education, PhD, master, or these best universities. These are good things if the children is capable of doing, but I think life skill, you cannot get it from university or a company, a job. And beautiful part about new skill is it's not about theory. We live that life when you're in the business. You have to get it and learn it and use it, right? So this is how I look at it is, I would definitely give them the choice. I would want my children to be involved, but let's presuming if they don't, we have no choice. We have to respect their decision. If they have their goal, their dreams, I mean, as parents, we also have to support them and hope they are successful and be happy. End of the day, it's about happy. But then a lot of people do ask me about, hey, how am I going to convince my children? It's so hard, you know. I'm not expert in this, right? But for the point I'm saying, we should not pressure them for making the decision they don't want. But I think the best thing I will look at is, let's say, if we really want them to be involved as well one day, it's probably to be a role model for them to be inspired to become. It's how I feel, I guess.
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome. Definitely a lot of things in life, you know, they're not taught in schools, and we learn them through physical, you know, doing the business, and a lot of these values are just priceless. Yeah. Eddie, one last question, you know, so if you didn't do New Skin, what would your life be like today?
I mean, me and Margaret, my wife, I just had that conversation not too long ago when we are locked up in MCO at home, right? I was telling her, I was saying that, gosh, thank God we are not in our traditional business. Probably I'm probably my age 20 years older, right? Probably my health will be worse off, right? And of course, I will have sleepless night and stuck in my home, which I cannot get things done. Can you imagine, like today, we were just thinking of it. We're so blessed that we are in New Skin, you know. While this thing is happening, we still can conduct our business. We still can communicate and talk to a prospect, our customer, our business partner. Actually, we are still doing our business. I really feel sad for many business people out there who are, let's say, in construction or some traditional trading companies, you know, manufacturing. I cannot imagine what they're going through because they're stuck without doing anything. The financial losses that they have to face and the debts that they have to, you know. I feel that I will be probably, frankly, it's a joke. If I never do New Skin, probably from this episode, right, I call game over. I'm tired. Already, I got no energy for it. I don't want to fight anymore. Surrender. But thank God, you know, it's New Skin. And I'm totally out of my business, right? It's a blessing. It's really a blessing. That's how I feel.
Awesome. You know, Eddie, you know, I love to talk to you some more. You have so many things to learn, especially from your experience from business for so many years. It really gives a lot of us a different perspective to understand, you know, we may think that, oh, that's just like a hobby, but from your perspective, it's not. It really is a business without all the headaches of traditional business. So thank you so much, Eddie.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Right?
All right. So I'm going to continue ahead with some more information. Especially about the opportunity and some of the technicalities, as well as later I'll have a special guest on how do you actually get started and what do I need to do? I'm sure a lot of you have that question. So as we continue and look back at this elephant again, you know, and so I realized that I had to throw away my rope because it was time to be free. And I think that all of us have that moment in life where we have to say, enough is enough, and say, hey, let's choose a different path. Let's start something we've never done before, and that old belief is just out of there already. So despite all those challenges, despite all those things I didn't like, I didn't want, or whatever, we did it anyway. Why? Because it makes sense. Why? Because I wanted freedom. Why? Because I wanted Casey to be a full-time mother. Why? Because I want to spend time with my parents. Because those values were much more bigger than the rejections, than the challenges that we have. Nu Skin is an amazing company. We are in 50 over countries, $2.5 billion in revenue. We're New York listed. That's one of the things that kind of blew me away. You mean it's New York listed? 35 years of solid record, and a very trustworthy company by Forbes.com. Also, something that touches my heart, and I had the privilege to be part of, is the Southeast Asia Children Heart Fund, where we voluntarily donate 1% of a commission to save children. And many people listening today have donated as well to save not just one or two, but close to 12,000 children who would have had to pay expensive or even had a life, or they would have died without these life-saving surgeries. And also the Nourish the Children, where we feed malnourished children a meal, and it's over 650 million meals already. So thank you for being part of that. I think a lot of people may look at a shampoo as a shampoo, or they may look at a supplement as a supplement, but people don't realize not all shampoos are the same, or not all supplements are the same. We have age-lock technology. Age-lock is not just any technology. There are 32 patents protecting this technology, 26 published articles, all this targeting the genes, identifying the genes related to aging, and resetting them back to when you were young again. This is a tremendous technology no one else has. Because of that, we're able to develop or innovate technologies or products for the outside, healthy outside, that will look beautiful and young, and as well as the inside, giving us energy and youthful inside. So you see the perfect merger of these two components together, giving you a viable and a very competitive business positioning. So a lot of people ask me, do people buy this? Well, there is $10 billion worth of revenue has been generated based on this age-lock technology, and this is only going to go up. We have 3 million over customers worldwide, and that tells you how popular this kind of a product is. And I don't have to tell you that anti-aging is always going to go up. People are going to age. If you are a kid, a child, I'm sure you want your parents to be young. And I'm sure if you're a parent, I'm sure you want your kids to be healthy. So this anti-aging trend will just continue to increase. We are very proud because in 2017, 2018, Euromonitor awarded us this amazing title. We have all these gadgets, the Galvanic Spa, the Lumi Spa, the Age of Me, all these gadgets, and they've given us a title, the world's #1 at-home beauty device system brand. Can you imagine? I ask you, do you use anything at home that is #1? I mean, is your TV #1 in the world? Is your refrigerator #1 in the world? I think no, I don't have a TV that's #1 in the world. But you know what? I have a Lumi Spa and a Galvanic Spa. So I have something that is #1 in the world. Can you imagine that? Now, have you ever been late for something? You want to go buy this property, but when you get there, they've increased the price. Or when you go there, it's sold out. And sometimes, I wish. And well, you know what? There is an opportunity today that you cannot be late. Because if you start now, you will be among the pioneers, even for me, because this is the latest product.
Want happy glowing skin with youthful radiance and bounce? Then say hello to age-lock Boost, a breakthrough device that boosts your natural beauty and builds your skin's brilliant best from the world's #1 at-home beauty device system brand. The age-lock Boost system features variable pulse microcurrent technology and potent ingredients to awaken and optimize your skin. Just 2 minutes a day gives you visibly bounce to your brighter, plumper skin, rejuvenated and even toned. Say goodbye to dull, tired skin. Age-lock Boost is a beauty boost with every use. Now that's simply...
So this is something that is going to be launched very, very soon in Q1 of next year. But if you, like me, want to be a pioneer, you don't want to be late for this, you got to start now. So I want to show you a few testimonials. This is Richard, okay? This is Richard before. This is Richard today, okay? Richard has lost almost 50 kilos. His genes are totally reset. Look at him. He's a totally different person, isn't he? Right? He went on the TR90 program, used our products, and he's a father of two. He's a businessman as well. This is Angeline. This is day 0. This is day 90 after the TR90 program, and this is now. Look at her. She is totally reset as well, and she's a mother, and also she's an entrepreneur. These are just some of the amazing testimonials that we have. So a lot of times, you know, our signature product is TR90. So the thing is, when you see one person, you can say that that is a proof. But when you see a market of 1,000 people losing weight, you know, that definitely is an opportunity, isn't it? Right? So these are just some of our testimonials of people. And because of this result, because of how popular it is and its effectiveness, Euromonitor, again, has awarded TR90, the New Skin Pharmanex, the #1 weight management and well-being brand. 3 years in Malaysia and going for its second year, maybe going to a 3rd year in Singapore. So we're very, very proud of this. Can you imagine that you are able to access the #1 selling product? Now, Eddie mentioned something just now, which is the 5% 6 levels. Now I'm going to go through with you very quickly of what 18 years ago had me open up my eyes and say, wow, this works. I don't know. I've not done any other plan before, but mathematically this works. So do you believe that out of your 200 friends, is it possible that 5 of them would like to do the business or take a look? Yeah, I'm sure. And is it possible that out of this 5 of your friends, that they too would have 5 friends too? Yeah, it's possible. So you can see how that multiplication multiplies, right? So all the way down to 6 levels. And I'm going to show you 6 levels because, as you can see, that adds up to 20,000 people. And whether or not this is any plan, this is just mathematics, okay? Now, the difference is how different companies pay for each of these levels, okay? So there's some companies who pay, for example, the first level 4, followed by 1, 1, quarter, 0. So they pay less and less and less and less. And of course, when your organization is the largest, they pay very little. Other companies, similarly, will also do the same thing. Different schemes, by the way, will go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And some companies will maybe only do 3 levels, right? 3 levels. But New Skin, and this is what really inspired me 18 years ago, was that New Skin pays 5% all 6 levels. And that was just amazing because notice that your 6th level is your largest organization and New Skin continues to pay 5%. To me, that's fair. So no matter whoever on top or anybody on below you, everyone makes 5%, right? So I like fair things. I don't know about you. One of the reasons I didn't like network marketing was because I thought that the top always make the most. Of course they do because they joined earlier and they have a large organization. But if you join and you have a large organization, definitely you'll earn more than the person who sponsored you in the business. And I think that is absolutely fair. So I just want to stress upon this box. This red box is key. That in your largest organization, New Skin continues to pay 5% for you. You know, so that just makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Makes sense. So next thing I want to share with you is this. Does this plan work? I can say many things. I can calculate many things. But hey, does it work in reality? Does it produce results? Well, New Skin has produced 1,500 plus USD millionaires, meaning that people who have accumulated more than $1 million in their lifetime of this business. Okay, there are 50 people who have earned more than $20 million, thousands who have earned more than $1 million. Okay, so the question really is, are you looking for plan B? And I think that's no longer a question because who's not looking for plan B, isn't it? Everybody is looking for something extra, right? But still there are people who say, you know, it's difficult, you know, it's rejection, you talk to people, all that kind of stuff. But again, I hope that you got some value from listening to Eddie because what he was trying to tell you was that although they have all these challenges, but there's little to no capital. There's little to no, I don't hire anybody for my past 18 years. There's no inventory to keep at all. The company keeps it all. There's no overhead other than what I use at home. And there's no accounts. There's no accounts receivable or that you give any terms to anybody. There's no R&D that you have to develop anything. All that is done by Nu Skin. You see, all these things, which are what we call non-revenue generating activities, are not even in your scope. Rental, can you imagine if you had to rental and because of this situation, they didn't give you any discount? Can you imagine that kind of situation? And all that adds up to one big word: risk. Risk. And bonus, guys, bonus, you get to build globally, right? You don't have to open up business order, invest. All that is done for you. 55 markets. There's a generous payout, 5%, 6 levels. Credible company, New York listed, and age-lock science. And the key thing is you can inherit. This can be an inheritance to your children one day. So you can build this business, not just for yourself, but for your next generation. Isn't that a big plus? I can work for Motorola all day long, but if I leave Motorola, I get, what can I give my kids? Nothing much, isn't it, right? But in this business, you give them a cash generating vehicle in 55 countries, all right? So despite those challenges, these are all the benefits that one can get in this business. So think again what this business is about. Will it be easy? Absolutely not. Neither is working for 9 to 5 until you're 60. Who wants to do that? But will it be worth it? Absolutely. If you invest 3 to 5 years or maybe longer, work hard, follow the system, do what you're supposed to, do the right thing. Don't oversell, don't force sell, don't hard sell, don't do anything that you don't want others to do to you. Then you will be successful. Be persistent. So I've had the privilege to build this business for the past 18 years, and it really has given us tremendous choices. This is one of our holidays that we went to North Island in New Zealand, and we stayed there for 1 month, running around different places, and we got to go in a camper van. One of my friends says, even if you had money, she says, you couldn't even go because, you wouldn't have the time to be able to do it. So, and then later that year, later in 2019, we went again for another month in Europe, where we did Switzerland and also in Italy, self-driving, went a lot of places. I know Italy is in a kind of tough situation right now. We pray for them also. But this became an educational trip for us for 1 month for the kids. So these are some of the choices we can make because of this business, as well as to be able to visit, Malawi, Nu Skin's Nourish the Children campaign initiative, where we can actually witness and see Nu Skin's CSR projects that are actually impacting and affecting and saving lives of these children, which really was a dream come true to be able to be with these kids. So we're back to this elephant again, and this thing. Take a look at your legs. Take a look at your legs. Do you see a rope? Do you see an invisible rope tied to your legs? I don't think so. Guys, those are old beliefs. Put them away. I think it's time to be free. Time to realize that you are as majestic, as strong, as powerful as I'm not calling you an elephant, but that kind of power. You know what I mean? I know that you have dreams. I know that you want to unleash all those things up and do the things that you want to do for, not just for yourself, for your family. I think this opportunity, plus what has been shared by Eddie, has given a lot of us deep insight as to this business. Next, I want to invite Joelle, and she's going to share with you kind of how to get started in a little bit. What are the options do you have? Because your question is, okay, good, makes sense, but what else? What can I do? What do I need to do? She's going to run through very briefly what you can do. So Joelle is a brand director. She's a mother of 2. She's a very bubbly, awesome, energetic lady. She just loves to sing. She used to be a pharmaceutical representative. She's been on multiple trips of Nu Skin. May I invite Joelle? Are you on, Joelle?
Yes. Hi, Willing. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. This is a wonderful Saturday afternoon. Thanks, Willing, for the introduction. So, as Willing mentioned, that I used to be a mother. I used to be a pharmaceutical rep in a multinational company for about 9 years, until I came across this business because of a set of TR90 that I transformed myself. That you can see from the photo, from a facey line to now who I am today. I'm really grateful for my introducer, who's my sister, Karine, that brought me into this business. And it's not only bringing me this confidence and happiness, but it's also a life-changing business opportunity for me. So right now I've been 5 years in this business full-time and building my team and enjoying the lifestyle that is very flexible, while at the same time I could actually spend more time with my kids and my family. So here I would like to share with you all how can you get started. You know, it's exciting. I would really like to thank Willing and Eddie for their mentorship and all their guidance orders. Well, they have been very, very, they are very big heart and have been very, very selflessly leading us all the way. So how to get started? The first thing you need to do is just sign up yourself and get a free membership. Is there any noises there? Okay, so this is very simple. You can do it online. Well, the next step you'll be, you can create your success story by transforming yourself. You know, like in traditional business, you need to renovate your, the shops or whatever premises you have. But in this business, you don't have to bear any rental. You know, it sounds so good. You just need to renovate yourself. Next step, you could actually start build your franchises, your 5 franchises, and start going towards your dreams and build your incomes that you desire to earn from this business. So the next, from here, you can actually talk to your introducer that invited you here. Or if that you find that probably this is not something for you yet, you could actually start becoming a customer by enjoying our full range of all of the good, none of the bad products that is focusing on youth preservation. And also you could actually start earning some sharing bonus if you like the products. Well, if you find that this opportunity is an opportunity not to be missed and you would really like to explore more, then join us and start your global business. Talk to your introducer and we will provide you all the guidance that you need to start building this together with us. So, and all the support as well. There are 5 packages that we would recommend you if you were wondering how can I start? The option 1 is the body shape transformation. This is the most effective one and most of us went through this before starting this business. Wow, you can look at Richard and also these are our business partners, Richard and Mi Fong. Yeah, Mi Fong from Singapore. Look at their transformation is so inspiring. So this is our weight management system that you can actually start to use it and start to inspire and share with your friends. The package 2 would be on the youth transformation, and this is Yok Peng, our business partner in KL as well. Look at how she transformed. I'm sure that she's very, very happy with the transformation. Do you have any Yok Peng around you? Or if you want to have this transformation for yourself too, you can also take this option B. The next, we have option C as well, as Willing shared before of our award-winning beauty devices. These are world's #1 beauty devices. And this is what exactly the market needs now. You know, many women at home, they are actually needing this desperately. So you can start using it and share with your friends also. Option D will be our packages on for antioxidant boosting, and our life pack is a comprehensive and it's a very, very powerful with antioxidants as well, phytonutrients as well, multivitamins that is very, very wholesome. So these are also good for family, from kids, you know, to pregnant ladies, and it's very, very safe. So this is also one of the options that you can take up to start the business. Okay, so this is the 4 packages that you could actually consider to see if which one suits you, and you can talk to your introducer to see which one that you want to start first. Well, next, we would like to share with you that we will be having another round of business sharing on Zoom on next Saturday from our business partners, from mentor from Singapore, Oliver Lim, and also my mentor, Willing Tan as well, from on the next Saturday. If you have friends that you think that they must or they should take a look at this business, you can start inviting them as well. So this is all my sharing, and I hope that you will really, really take a serious look at this business and just get on. It's an exciting journey. So Willing, I'm done for my part, and we'd like to thank you all of you for taking the time to attend this.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Joelle. Appreciate it. Just a little note on this next Saturday. This is perfect for students, graduates, professionals, teachers, lecturers, and parents, because Oliver Lim is a career consultant. He's specializing in psychometrics. He's a career coach, and he will provide some insight as to sometimes people are questioning, hey, what kind of career should I have? Should I have a stable career? Should I have a stable job? Or should I have a stable income? I think a lot of people will find this session tremendous, tremendous value for a lot of students who are still thinking, what do they do in their life? Even graduates and even professionals as well. So please join us for the next exciting episode, Answers from Industry Experts. Okay, with that, goodbye. Have a great weekend. See you soon.
Thank you, Willing and Eddie.
Thank you, Joelle. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate it.